So we're out here at the range today, and today I made it my goal to be very serious about going to the range. I feel like for the past year I've only had maybe a handful of range days that were actually serious training days, and you know, whenever I think about it in retrospect, it really pisses me off that I've wasted so much time in rounds and not being organized and, you know, basically just coming out. I mean, it's better than not coming out and shooting, but the problem is that you're not really training anything specific, and you come out and you may work on your draw stroke or something like that, or some reloads, but there's no real curriculum that you're following to which you can gauge your progress. So to that, I started working on a list of drills that are open source and free on the internet that I found from various sources. And there's so many of them out there, I can't even count them all. So what I started doing was I started typing them up on on my Google Docs account on my computer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print all this out, and I'm gonna have these list of drills, and then I'm gonna create a spreadsheet, and each drill is gonna have a place on a separate spreadsheet that identifies your par time, and that way I can track my par times and then add notes to anything I may need to work on more. Today I'm just kind of using the notepad roughly on these drills. I wrote all these drills down by hand, and then I started thinking, if I have something typed out, and I can put it in a notebook or a folder or something, and then have disposable pages or logs in like an Excel spreadsheet format, then I can track my progress. Like today, just trying out some of these drills has been really difficult. The one that I just shot that I recorded a minute ago was the 19-shot drill by Frank Repass. It's 3 to 4 yards. You have 3 magazines, and they're loaded as follows. Mag number 1 starts off in the gun with 6 rounds loaded. Mag number 2 is in your primary pouch, also with 6 mags. Mag number 3 is in your secondary pouch, and you got 7 rounds. Your first round that you load in the magazine will be a live round. Then you put a dummy round or a dud, which in this case I forgot to bring my dummy rounds, so I had to use the spent shell casing, which actually makes the drill a little more difficult because it does some funny. An empty case in a gun does some funny things. So you start out with a live magazine in the third live round in the third magazine. You put a dummy next, and then you put 6 rounds on top of that, and then from there you start the drill. So your course of fire is you start out at 3 to 4 yards. You fire one strong hand only on the first magazine, slide lock release, drop the magazine, reload, freestyle both hands on the second magazine. Third magazine, you reload from slide lock, and then you fire all 6 shots, and then you're going to get to that dummy round, and you're going to have to perform a tap rack bang, a failure, a malfunction clearance drill, in which I've been needing to work on that quite a bit. And you'll see in the video that one of the first things that I did whenever I had the malfunction, my default move was to drop my hand back and grab another magazine, and I thought about it, and I corrected, and I tapped and racked, and then that case was stuck because it doesn't have a projectile on the end of it, so it does some weird stuff. So I tried to rake it, but it wasn't enough, so I actually had to pull behind it and shove it out and clear it, and then finish the drill. It says the time standard is 20 to 30 seconds for a fist size group, or a hand size group rather, in which I stayed in that. My first run was 24:20, and then I botched it, and my second run was 21:75. But on both occasions, on the first magazine, when I was running strong hand only, it didn't go into slide lock, and so that kind of threw me off, but I finished the drill, and I ran the drill, without stopping. But that's just something to think about, and it really blows my mind that I've been spending so much time just coming out here and plinking and not really doing any training. I talk about training all the time, and you know, it just kind of occurred to me. I had an epiphany that, you know, what I was really doing wasn't, you know, training. So I've got all these drills that I'm gonna start going through and start trying to gauge my process and give myself honest grades, and then give it, you know, over a course of a couple months and see how my progress comes. And all these drills incorporate reloads, failures, accuracy, speed, everything. So I'll, if anybody's interested in it, I'll post what I've compiled. I try to give credit where credit's due from the people that I found all these drills from, but some of them, they didn't have names to go with them for who developed them, but I can give the resource of the website where I found them. But yeah, so I'll be posting a few videos of today's drill session. We're drilling for success, hopefully, but we gotta stay classy or not. Hey, for this drill, we're going to be shooting 30 rounds total. We're going to draw and fire 3 rounds 10 times at this USPSA target. We'll be firing from 7 yards. And this is the first drill in a list of drills, and they'll progressively get further back. So I probably won't do all 30, but we'll do a couple. The par time that was given with this drill is 2.5 seconds for 3 shots from the holster. So here we go. I barely made it. 2 seconds. They're all in the A zone. .34, I rushed it and I scooped on my draw, which put me down 1 just outside the A zone, so kind of screwed that one up. .217, dropped 2. Still can't beat that first run for some reason. .214. I tell you what's ironic about this is that whenever you try and push yourself and go faster, sometimes you could be doing yourself a great detriment by trying to push too hard, and you push right through your envelope of skill. Which, I mean, these are all my opinion. I'm not a professional, but I find that me personally, whenever I try and push too hard, I got, you know, I'm going outside the A zone, not finding my sight. If I just imagine that my sight is up there already on the target, that whenever my gun comes up, it's right there. So basically, you just got to get your body and your mind in check, for me anyway. So I'll keep plugging away at this, but yeah, there was a couple of them in there that sucked, so, but I'm sure they'll get a little better. All right, on this one, we're going to be at 7 yards again. We're going to fire 1 shot, slide lock release, fire 2, and that'll complete the drill. But we're going to repeat that. We're going to do that 10 times as per what I found on that website.